and Cooper's career was ended due to injury. Arch Manning's career is going to be ended due to being shitty. Or should I say Pitt, bitch? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Pitt's been irrelevant since Kenny Pickett left in 2021. Yeah! Well, you want to know what Clemson is? Not shit. I am over Colorado's shit. Over. That's one of the biggest things as a fan base that we always say. You don't lose to Vanderbilt. As they fucking should be, dead last, because you fucking suck and you're dog shit. Okay? Good. Long time no see. How's everybody going and doing? And just, yeah. It's been a long time since you've seen my damn face, but we are here for a college football recap video. It's not going to be a specific week. It's just going to be recapping the postseason. I figure we could just put the playoffs in one big video, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We might also talk about a few select bowl games as well. But for the most part, it's just going to be talking about the college football playoff. I'm also going to be releasing a top 25. It's going to be the final top 25. And that'll conclude the college football season on this channel. It'll be the second season we've done. This was the first full-time season, though. But, yeah, it's been one hell of a ride, and I'm here. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, to kick things off, first and foremost, it's the first round. Congratulations to all the teams that made the college football playoff this year, and congratulations to all the teams that were able to win, and congratulations to your national champions, the Indiana Hoosiers, the 16-0 Indiana Hoosiers at that. Fernando Heisman-Doza, Kurt Signetti. It was just a very, very historic year for them, and easily their best season of all time. But let's go ahead and get right into it. First game of the playoffs was the 12 seed James Madison taking on number 5 Oregon. The final here was 51-34. The Oregon Ducks would advance with a win and eliminate James Madison. It was 6-3 early in this one, but after that it was no contest, and Oregon got out to a 34-3 lead. James Madison would then score 10 unanswered, make it 34-13. Oregon would score 2 more touchdowns, make it 48-14. Then James Madison rallied, scored a little bit of points, made it 48-26. And then from there, Oregon scored a field goal, and James Madison scored a touchdown. Leaders for each team: Dante Moore, 19 for 27, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And then Alonzo Barnett, the third for James Madison, was 23 for 48, 2 touchdowns. Rushing leaders: Jordan Davison for Oregon had 90 yards on 10 carries. And then Wayne Knight for James Madison had 110 yards on 17 carries. And then receiving, Malik Benson for Oregon had 119 yards on 5 receptions, 2 touchdowns. And then Nick DeGennaro, hopefully I didn't butcher that, for James Madison had 90 yards on 5 receptions and a touchdown. Ashton Porter for Oregon recorded 1 sack. The leading tackler for Oregon was Bryce Boucher. He had 9, 3 solos. And then Trent Hendrick for James Madison had 10 tackles, 6 solos. The game was never in doubt. Let's break down the numbers. Total yards for each team: Oregon had 514. James Madison had 509. Oregon had 2 turnovers. James Madison had 0. First downs, they both had 22. Penalties, Oregon had 5 for 71 yards. James Madison had 13 for 113 yards. Third down conversions, Oregon was 3 for 7. James Madison was 9 for 22. Fourth downs, James Madison was 4 for 4. Oregon didn't try to go for a fourth down. Time of possession, Oregon had the ball for 24 minutes and 10 seconds. James Madison had the ball for 35 minutes and 50 seconds. And Oregon would advance to the quarterfinals with that win. Teams with a bye in the first round were Texas Tech, the Big 12 champion, Indiana, the Big 10 champion, Georgia, the SEC champion, and Ohio State, the Big 10 runner-up. Next game here in the first round was Alabama at Oklahoma. Final here was 34-24 Alabama. They finally escaped the allegations of Oklahoma still owning them. Fuck you. They still own you. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, we got one win against them. Yeah, well, Oklahoma still fucking owns you. Fuck you, Alabama. Anyway, let's go ahead and break down the numbers here. So Oklahoma got out to a 17-0 lead, and it looked all but over once again, and it looked like Alabama was going to do not shit against Oklahoma per usual. Scrappy agrees. But then out of nowhere, Alabama rallied and scored 27 unanswered points to make it 27-17. Oklahoma would get another touchdown, make it a 3-point game. Then Alabama got a late touchdown with 7:24 left in the fourth quarter and ended up winning 34-24. Let's look at the game leaders here. Ty Simpson had 232 yards. He was 18 for 29, 2 touchdowns. John Mateer had 307 yards. He was 26 for 41, 2 touchdowns and interception. Leading rushers, Alabama's Daniel Hill had 43 yards, 9 carries, and a touchdown. Oklahoma's Torrey Blaylock had 36 yards on 11 carries. Alabama's Latsier Brooks had 79 yards, 5 receptions, 2 touchdowns. And then Oklahoma's Deion Burks had 107 yards, 7 receptions, and 1 touchdown. Deontay Lawson had a sack for Alabama, and Marvin Jones Jr. had a sack for Oklahoma. Leading tackler for Alabama was Deontay Lawson. He had 10 tackles, 6 solo. He had a damn good game. And then Owen Heineke had 7 tackles, 4 solos. Let's look at the team stats here. Oklahoma had 362 total yards. Alabama had 260. Oklahoma had 1 turnover. 18 first downs for Oklahoma versus Alabama's 12. Penalties, Oklahoma had 5 for 50 yards. Alabama had 4 for 46 yards. Third down conversions, Oklahoma was 7 for 18. Alabama was 2 for 12. Fourth down, they were both 1 for 1. Time of possession, Oklahoma had the ball for 33 minutes and 8 seconds. Alabama had the ball for 26 minutes and 52 seconds. And the Crimson Tide would advance in the playoffs. The next game we're going to talk about here is basically a repeat from the regular season. We will go ahead and break down the numbers here, though. Ole Miss beat Tulane 41-10 to advance to the quarterfinals. Ole Miss got out to a 14-0 lead. Then Tulane got a field goal. Then from there, Ole Miss would score so many damn points and make it 41-3. And then Tulane got a touchdown with 4 minutes left in the game. Trinidad Chambliss was 23 for 29, 1 touchdown, 282 yards. Jake Retzlaff, the allegations man himself from BYU, had 306 yards. He was 20 for 35, a touchdown, interception. Kejuan Lacey had 87 rushing yards for Ole Miss, 15 carries, 1 touchdown. Tulane, Jamari McClure had 84 yards on 15 carries. Receiving for Ole Miss, Deuce Alexander had 87 yards on 7 receptions. And then receiving for Tulane, Chaz Preston had 125 yards on 5 receptions. Sacks, Princeville Uman, I'll just call him that, had 1.5 sacks. And then for Tulane, Harvey Dyson had 1 sack as well. Tackle leaders, Ole Miss's Will Eccles had 6 tackles, 3 solo. And then Tulane's Bailey Despain Had 8 tackles, 6 solo. Probably butchering these names, but I don't give a fuck. Team stats, Ole Miss 497 yards to Tulane's 421. Tulane had 3 turnovers to Ole Miss's 1. Ole Miss had 29 first downs. Tulane had 20. Ole Miss had 1 penalty for 5 yards. Tulane had 3 for 38. Ole Miss on third downs, they were 3 for 10. Tulane was 5 for 13. Fourth down, Ole Miss was 2 for 2. Tulane was 0 for 4. Time of possession, Ole Miss had the ball for 28 minutes and 59 seconds. Tulane had the ball for 31 minutes and 1 second, and Ole Miss would advance. And then the final game of the first round, Miami at Texas A&M. This was a fucking baseball game. There's no way around it. And Miami, as we all know, made it to the national championship game this year. And I don't think anybody was expecting that. Now, we go back to the whole stupid fucking ACC situation where somehow, some way, you can never explain to me how Duke made the goddamn conference game, much less won the bitch. But Miami should have been in the ACC title game. I don't care what you guys say. They should have been your ACC champion. And clearly, by the playoff run that they had, nearly beating Indiana and to win the Natty, my statement is pretty facts there. But, yeah, Miami had a good season. The final was 10-3, Miami over Texas A&M. And the scoring was simple. Miami got a field goal. Texas A&M got a field goal. Miami got a touchdown. It was 3-0. And the first points scored were in the third quarter. There was no score at the half. It was 0-0. Like, it was a very defensive game. Miami's Carson Beck was 14 for 20, 103 yards and a touchdown. Texas A&M's Marcel Reed had 237 yards. He was 25 for 39, had 2 interceptions, which likely costed them the game. Marcel Reed was also the leading rusher for the Aggies. He had 27 yards on 15 carries. And then Mark Fletcher Jr. from Miami had 172 yards on 17 carries. Leading receiver was Mario Craver for A&M. He had 92 yards on 7 receptions. Leading receiver for Miami was Keelan Marion. He had 33 yards on 3 receptions. Sack leaders, A&M's Tyler O'Yadam. Some of these names are fucking weird. He had 1 sack. And then Miami's Ruben Bain had 3 sacks. Sorry, the phone's being stupid. I would rather read the stats to you guys than sit here and finger myself and just kind of talk about the games off my, brain, because my brain doesn't work very well. So, leading tacklers, Dalton Brooks for Texas A&M, 7 tackles and he had 4 solo. See, clearly my brain doesn't fucking work. And then Keontae Scott for Miami had 10 tackles, 5 solos. Team statistics. Texas A&M had 326 yards. Miami had 278. Turnovers. Texas A&M had 3. Miami had 1. First downs. Texas A&M had 21. Miami had 12. Penalties. Texas A&M had 4 for 15 yards. Miami had 4 for 30. Third down conversions, Texas A&M was 8 for 18. Miami was 3 for 12. Neither one of them converted a fourth down. Time of possession, 33 minutes and 44 seconds for A&M, 26 minutes and 16 seconds for Miami. And the Hurricanes would advance in the first round of the college football playoff. That'll recap the first round. Let's do the other ones. Let's go to the quarterfinals here. The first game was the Capital One Orange Bowl, Oregon and Texas Tech. Now this game was like not even a contest. I was low-key expecting this to be a really good game. I took Oregon to win, but I was really thinking it'd be a close game. But Oregon won 23-0, and yeah, it was a dominant game. There's not even really anything to talk about here. Oregon advanced to the semifinals with a dominant win over Texas Tech, 23-0. That's pretty much all you can say there. And the same goes for Indiana over Alabama. Indiana smoked Alabama 38-3. Alabama cannot fucking win for shit at the Rose Bowl. They suck ass. I mean, they lost by 35. There's nothing to talk about. Let's just see if there's anything worth noting in this fucking game. No. No. Nothing. Nothing at all. Just complete and utter domination by Indiana. So, and that would be your first of two semifinal games, Oregon and Indiana in the semifinals. And then the other side of the bracket, Ole Miss took on Georgia, and holy shit, we got to read off these stats. Ole Miss took down Georgia 39-34 without Lane Kiffin. Pete Golding did some shit for them this year. Now, of course, they're unaware of if Trinidad Chambliss is going to return or not. He wanted to, but I don't know if he's going to get the clearing to do so. But Trinidad Chambliss went off. Pete Golding seems to fit right in. He was already there anyway. But, to take down Georgia, that's a pretty big accomplishment, especially in playoffs. The game started off with Ole Miss leading 6-0, 2 field goals. Then Georgia would take the lead with a touchdown. Then Ole Miss would get a touchdown. They'd go for 2 and not get it, so it'd be 12-7. Then Georgia got 2 consecutive touchdowns to make it 21-12. Ole Miss would get a touchdown to make it 21-19. Georgia would get a field goal, make it 24-19. Then Ole Miss would get 2 touchdowns in a row to make it 34-24 in favor of the Rebels. And then Georgia would score 10 unanswered to make it 34-all. And then Ole Miss would get a late field goal with 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter, take a 37-34 lead. And then Georgia completely fucking shit on their own foot in hilarious fashion. And Ole Miss got a safety at the very end of the game, last play of the game. And they would win 39-34. Statistically here, Gunnar Stockton had 203 yards. He was 18 for 31 and a touchdown. Trinidad Chambliss had 362 yards. He was 30 for 46, 2 touchdowns. Great game by Chambliss. Kewan Lacey had 98 yards on 22 carries and 2 touchdowns. Nathan Frazier had 86 yards, 15 carries. Harrison Wallace III for Ole Miss had 156 yards, 9 receptions, 1 touchdown. And then Zachariah Branch for Georgia had 67 receiving yards, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown. Georgia didn't even get a sack, dude. And then Perkins for Ole Miss had a sack. And then KJ Bolden for Georgia had 10 tackles, 6 solo. Damn, brain, stop being dumb. Shit, tell my brain to stop being dumb, bro. Okay, in all fairness, I've been up since like 7 because I had stomach problems. So, fuck off. Anyway, go fucking shit on somebody else. I'll shit on myself. You go shit on somebody on your own damn shit. Anyway, and then Xavier Harris for Ole Miss had 10 tackles as well, 5 solo. Team statistics. Ole Miss had 473 total yards. Georgia had 343. Each team had a turnover. Each team had 23 first downs. Both teams had 4 penalties. Damn. Ole Miss was 5 for 14 on third down. Georgia was 3 for 13. Fourth down conversions, Georgia was 2 for 3. Ole Miss was 1 for 2. Time of possession, Georgia had the ball for 32 minutes and 32 seconds. Ole Miss had the ball for 27 minutes and 28 seconds. And Ole Miss would punch their ticket to the Fiesta Bowl. And the final game of the quarterfinals, Miami and Ohio State. And this is where everybody really said, holy shit. Miami beat the brakes off Ohio State 24-14. Anybody see that shit coming? Ohio State completely shit on their own fucking foot this season. They lost their final 2 games after starting 12-0. You lost the conference title game to Indiana, and then you get your dick pushed in the ground by Carson fucking Beck. Jesus Christ. I'm embarrassed that Tennessee lost to you fucks last year. Good God. oh, we lost a lot of that team last year. You still went undefeated in the regular season. You still made the Big Ten title game, and you still made the fucking playoffs. I don't want to hear shit about losing anything. You see what Tennessee did this year? Not shit. Okay, shut up. Anyway, Miami started off quick with a 14-0 lead. Ohio State would score a touchdown. Miami would score a field goal, making it 17-17. Ohio State got a touchdown early in the fourth quarter, make it 17-14. And then with 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Miami would score another touchdown, making it 24-14, putting the game out of reach because that was with 55 seconds left. Statistically here, Julian Sayin for Ohio State was 22 for 35, one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Oh, yeah, that really sounds like Heisman numbers. Yeah, fuck you, Ohio State. That's why you didn't fucking win the Heisman. And then Carson Beck was 19 for 26, one touchdown, 138 yards. His bitch ass didn't win the Heisman either, so fuck you. Bo Jackson for Ohio State had 55 rush yards on 11 carries and a touchdown. Fletcher for Miami had 90 rushing yards on 19 carries. Jeremiah Smith. Oh, yeah, Jeremiah fucking Smith. You know, the guy who everybody likes to do this to. Fucking Jeremiah Smith, the best player in college fucking football that needed to win every single award, didn't do a fucking thing. He had 7 receptions, a touchdown, 157 yards. He did do something in crunch time. I'll give him that. In this game, he did do something. But all year long, I think he was one of the most overhyped players in the fucking country. He didn't. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't even, whatever. Edric Houston for Ohio State had 1.5 sacks. And then Meisner for Miami had 2. Tackles, whatever the fuck your name is. Dave, what is this? The fuck is your name, Jack? I'm just going to call you Davison Ugabawugawoo. Davison Ugabawugawoo had 10 tackles, 5 solo. And then for Miami, Muhammad Tor, he done tore his shit, had 7 tackles, 3 solos. Team statistics here, Ohio State had 332 yards to Miami's 291. Ohio State had 2 turnovers, Julian Sayin, Carson Beck. Miami had 1. Ohio State had 18 first downs, so did Miami. Ohio State had 2 penalties for 15 yards. Miami didn't have any penalties. Third down conversions favored Miami 7-14 versus Ohio State's 3-10. They were both 1 for 1 on fourth down. Time of possession favored the Hurricanes. They had the ball for 33 minutes and 20 seconds. Ohio State had the ball for 26 minutes and 40 seconds. And fuck you, Ohio State. Nobody was fucking mad that you lost. Except your own damn fans. Anyway, the semifinals, Oregon and Indiana. Well, there's no need to read stats for this fucking game because Indiana absolutely beat the ever-loving shit out of Oregon. Is anybody surprised? No, I'm not. Indiana beat Oregon 56-22 and advanced to the Natty. And, of course, we know what happened from there. So, and then Ole Miss lost to Miami. What in the fuck, man? Let's look at this game. Miami beat Ole Miss. So they beat 2 SEC teams and then the defending national champions to get to the Natty. I can't lie, that's pretty impressive stuff by Miami. I don't like Carson Beck, but I got to say that's pretty impressive. The final was 31-27. It was a pretty back and forth game. By the fourth quarter, it was 27-24 Ole Miss, and Miami got a touchdown with 18 seconds left in the game. It was a Carson Beck 3-yard run, and Beck kind of put the team on his back. I can't even lie. Game leaders here, Trinidad Chambliss, 277 yards, 23 for 37, and a touchdown. Carson Beck, 268 yards, 23 for 37, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Keywan Lacey for Ole Miss had 103 yards, 11 carries, and a touchdown. Fletcher for Miami had 133 yards on 22 carries. What the fuck is this? Deshaun Stribling, whatever the fuck your name is, Doesn't matter, he lost. But you had 77 yards and 5 receptions. And then Miami's Keelan Marion had 114 yards, 7 receptions, and a touchdown. Perkins for Ole Miss had 1.5 sacks, and then Tor for Miami had 1. Chris no, that's not Chris Daughtry. My bad. That says TJ, whatever the fuck your name is. Anyway, he had 11 tackles on, and he had 9 solo tackles. That's pretty impressive, 9 solo. And then Jacoby Thomas. Shout out Jacoby. He played at MTSU before going to Tennessee, and now he's at Miami. And now I think he's going to the draft, but he's from Tullahoma. Shout out Jacoby. Hell yeah. He had 5 tackles, 5 solo. He had 5 solo tackles. Put some respect on my boy's name, bitch. Anyway, team statistics here. Miami had 459 yards of total offense. Ole Miss had 398. Miami had 1 turnover. Ole Miss had none. Miami had 28 first downs. Ole Miss had 23. Penalties, Miami had 10 for 74. Ole Miss had 4 for 34. Third down conversions, Miami was 11 for 19. Ole Miss was 2 for 10. Damn. Miami had 2 fourth down attempts and got both of them. Time of possession, Jesus Christ. Miami had the ball for 41 minutes and 22 seconds. Ole Miss had the ball for 18 minutes and 38 seconds. God damn, that's crazy. And that would be your national championship game, and all I'm going to say is that. Indiana is your 2025 national champion. Like I said, not too far into this video, congratulations, Miami, on making the Natty. Okay? Congratulations, Miami. You guys did good. But Indiana was on a whole nother level this year. And like I also said earlier in the video, much props and much respect, much praise, and much congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. They're your national champions, well-deserved. Miami put up a hell of a fight, though, because I think that was the closest game Indiana had played all year. Final was 27-21. Let's check out the final statistics of the final game of the 2025-26 season. Indiana would finish 16-0. Miami would finish 13-3. Let's see. Carson Beck had 232 passing yards. He was 19 for 32, a touchdown interception. Hey. That interception was in fucking crunch time, you bitch. You fucking suck ass. And then Fernando Mendoza had 186 passing yards. He was 16 for 27. Kaelon Black for Indiana had 79 rushing yards on 17 carries. And then Fletcher for Miami had 112 rushing yards, 17 carries on 2 touchdowns. Which is pretty good. Omar Cooper Jr. for Indiana had 71 receiving yards on 5 receptions. And then Malachi Toney for Miami had 122 receiving yards, 10 receptions, and a touchdown. Aiden Fisher for Indiana had 1 sack. And then, damn, bro, Akeem Mesdor had 2 sacks. That dude's a beast, bro. Lewis Moore for Indiana had 7 tackles, 4 solo. And then Mohamed Tor has come up a lot in this video, had 11 tackles, 6 solo. Let's crunch the numbers for the teams. Indiana had 317 yards of offense. Miami had 342. Miami had 1 turnover. Indiana had 0. I wonder what the hell that 1 turnover was. Carson Beck, you Sid the Sloth lookalike motherfucker. You damn trash can. You fucking bitch. You didn't get a natty as a starter. Oh, I got one at Georgia. Yeah, you were a fucking backup, and you left Georgia like a little pussy-ass bitch because your girlfriend was in Miami, and then you lost her because you're fucking pathetic and nobody fucking likes you. Most Miami fans don't even fucking like you. They just act like they do because you took them to the natty. They're not going to give a single flying fuck about you this time next year, bitch. Anyway, Indiana had 20 first downs. Miami had 15. Miami had 7 penalties for 60 yards. Indiana had 5 for 38. Third down conversions, Indiana was 6 for 16. Miami was 3 for 11. Fourth down conversions, each team was 100%. Indiana was 2 for 2. Miami was 1 for 1. Time of possession, Indiana was they had the ball for 36 minutes and 24 seconds. Miami had the ball for 23 minutes and 36 seconds. So, yeah. And Indiana is your national champion. So, yeah, that'll conclude that. I guess while I'm at it, I can, end the playoff talk there. Be looking for the top 25 video after this. It won't be too much longer after this is uploaded, maybe a few hours at best. But I will say one thing. As a Tennessee fan and a Florida State fan and, all that shit. Fucking pathetic and fucking pathetic waste of a season for both of you. Fuck you. Fucking ridiculous, Florida State especially. What the fuck? First of all, how the fuck do you beat Alabama 31-17? 31-17, and then you proceed to shit the bed and go 5-7? Dude, you lost to Stanford! Fucking Stanford. Hey, their best win was against Wake Forest. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck you, Alabama. And then Tennessee. Don't even get me fucking started on Tennessee. They're fucking poverty pathetic asses. What in the fuck was that season? You know what defense is? Apparently fucking not! Jesus fucking Christ. We didn't do shit. We should have known the minute we allowed 26 points to a shit-ass Syracuse team that lost by 63 to Notre Dame that we weren't going to have a fucking defense. But guess what? Guess fucking what? We hired Jim Knowles, so I'm ready for this coming up season. But as for 2025, what the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Offensively, I can't really complain too much. But I know it was a meaningless bowl game. You lost to Illinois! What the fuck? So, yeah, the helmets are being flipped until next season. But I'm happy, man. Go Vols, go Noles, and fucking all that shit. Congrats to Indiana, and pretty much to recap this shit, fuck Clemson, fuck Penn State, fuck Colorado, and any of your teams that I shit on this year, fuck you and fuck them. And in all seriousness, though, as much as I like, fucking around, it was a good college football season. I don't really have any complaints besides Tennessee and Florida State being dog shit. But it was a good season. The playoffs were probably the best I've ever fucking seen. None of the teams were really annoying once you got Georgia, Alabama, and Ohio State out of there. So it was a pretty cool year, and in all fairness, I do wish you guys the best with your teams and all that. Of course, I was kidding. Congratulations to your team's accomplishments this year. Unless you're a fucking UTEP fan, Keith. I'm just kidding. Don't worry, I'm an MTSU fan, man. So But yeah, overall, it was a fun ride with you guys this college football season. I'm eager for the next one, and yeah, after the top 25 video, I might make some sort of something, but college football wise, I'm pretty much done until like April. So, unless, like I said, something comes up, but it's been a fun season, guys, and I'll see you next season. Hey, Deion Sanders, fuck you, bitch!